Hey there, everybody. We are doing a few things in the gardens today. It's unseasonably warm. I think it's about 80 degrees right now in Southern Maine in mid to late October. Um, Overnight, we have had temperatures cold enough to knock back the comfrey pretty hard. A lot of our more sensitive plants have melted, so the peppers and the tomatoes way down over there, those have completely gone by the wayside. But we are up in the little grove with the pawpaw and the Carolina allspice, some sage, and a few other lovely characters. Um, De-Beckyfying some of the plants that we've been stool layering or attempting to stool layer in the self-contained stool layering apparatus. It's really just a pot that I cut the bottom off of so that we could fit it around. I'll put a link to the original video where I talk about how big their butts are. And yeah, so we have safely removed the pot from around the particular plant that we are going to be looking at, and now we're just gonna start kind of picking away. And you can see already all of these little hairs. I'm going to zoom in the camera now that we are seeing stuff. So all of these little root hairs are going to be coming off of these guys down in here, which means that our experiment was a success. You can see a little bit of the mycelial network in here as well, but the big thing is going to be these guys having these roots coming off of the stem. And so what I'll be able to do, I'll probably come through with a bucket with a bottom on it, and I will kind of resaturate this all to kind of make it a little bit easier and to provide that little bit of additional lubrication that you get from plant roots expressing themselves when you get them pretty saturated. Will make it a little easier for themselves to slip around. But you can see just how great that mycelial mat is. I'm pretty sure that this is all it doesn't really smell like wine cap, but it doesn't smell like the stinkhorns. So I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, all in here. Just bits of mycelium and root holding things together. And so this is pretty exciting, even though at the start of next year, I will not be allowed to sell this to folks in the state. So kind of upsetting. This is Haskap, Lonicera ceruleae, honeyberry, and it is going on Maine's list of plants I'm not supposed to sell. We can still sell Rosa rugosa for some terrible reason. They just have to list that it's not great for the environment and not great in these regions. But yeah, so we're just going to tease this apart, see what I can get, and we'll probably do a little division and then plant these out in a few places. I do have some neighbors who had expressed interest in this, so I think we'll do like a little plant swap kind of deal. But yeah, self-contained Becky's, the self-contained stool layering in an inverted bottomless pot seems to have worked great. I am very excited, but this is going to require 2 hands, so I was all set to wrap that video, but I figured a point of comparison would be welcome and a smart idea, and probably more instructive as to why I am a fan of the bottomless pot method. So we are up at the rock wall just behind the neighbor space. You can see another house cap right there, but this one is a little bit easier to access and the dog isn't going to play in the street. So I have pulled away some of the mulch here, and you can see this root runner has come all the way out here from the main stem. And likewise, we have a few more roots right in here that are coming all this way before terminating. So that's this guy, and it's still going. And so the big difference with the bottomless pot is that I don't have, you know, an additional 3 feet of root to contend with. They are considerably more contained. And so I think if you are doing it for an in situ spreading, hey, look at that little guy go. I wonder if you're the good kind or the bad kind. Oh, it seems like he's the bad kind. Let's grab him. No, slowed down. Okay, you can stay. Cover you back up. So, with the bottomless pots, with that self-contained circling, you do have the risk of encircling roots, but they will be much more self-contained, and you'll have to disturb far less of the surrounding surface. However, if you are planning to leave the plant in place and you're looking to potentially just take a few cuttings and let the rest of it root outwards and hopefully sucker, I think that doing it without the bottomless pot is probably more preferable in that situation. So, yeah, I hope this provides a little bit of a deeper insight into the decision making that kind of goes into when we stool layer blankly and when we stool layer with a Becky. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this experiment, and I think that I will be cutting the bottoms off of a good number more pots for next year. So till next time, thanks for watching. Happy planting.